Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Disco Elysium. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today, as we just came up with an idea. Well, it's a bit of a thing. I think this might be the end of the game or something. And Elizabeth was about to be killed right now, I'm pretty sure. Or is about to be killed right now, because I haven't interrupted. So, our logic says the Hardy Boys confessed to hanging him, all together. And Titus said, we took him out back and hanged him. He said it out loud, in a public place. Ah. Wow. So, this is really cool, actually. So when I said... that it was Clage who killed him, he doesn't know what happened. He doesn't know that he was shot. And I have very little to go on actual, unless I'm really like smart. I don't know that he doesn't know, or I can't remember that he doesn't know. I know that he doesn't know because we are party to all this information before. But that does contextualize why he's reacting like this, because he doesn't believe that she did it inadvertently. No, actually, it's even more than that, because I said the bullet was meant for her. I said the shot was meant for her. She had a past and it caught up with her, and he doesn't know what it... Oh, right, and he doesn't understand that. But he just doesn't say that out loud because he's written like a normal person and not like an NPC in a video game. Listen, he was shot. He wasn't hanged. Listen to me. You're lying. DePaul heard it. He doesn't move the weapon. You heard wrong, says Kim. And he shouts, actually. She and these men have been helping us find the shooter. Gardner isn't even one of them. That's true, actually. The hanging was only a cover-up. Listen. Fucking hell. Fucking liar. Or liars. He pulls the trigger. A plume of smoke erupts from the muzzle of his gun. The shot rings in your ears. A low, tinny ring. And then the Hardy Boys yell something. The young woman stands and looks behind her. The shot has flown over her head, crashing a small pane of glass behind... pane of glass window behind her. The man looks at his revolver and smiles. I missed. I know what I heard, Cordy. The radio operator looks at him. Oh, she's a radio operator. That's why she has the butt suit. Because radio operators must have the butt suit. She says, they said they killed him. And they said it was a good way to end a Sunday night. That doesn't sound good, says our rhetoric. You need to change the topic now or there will be another shot. Okay, these haven't been changed yet. And we have a suggestion over there. Our suggestion can actually be increased to 70-something chance over there, which is not ideal. You're all drunk. Oh, okay, that does confirm that the radio operator is drunk. Look at yourselves. Yeah, so what? Nothing, it's okay. Your judgment is impaired. You'll regret this. Nah, he wipes the sweat from his brow. I'm clear as day. Fucking government-ordained super soldier. Enough already, says the Paul. What is this? The woman's voice is furious. She says, we didn't come here to fucking chat. Interrupt me again and I will execute you on the spot, Lance Corporal. The outburst is accompanied by a yellowish saliva around his mouth. Which I believe is a different... That's a name, I think. When saliva collects around your mouth and it does that weird thing. It's not phlegm, or it has a name. So do I want to think of an argument here? I got them arguing. I don't think this is going to get any better. 83% is a really good chance. But I would rather save my points instead of making that a little bit of a better chance. Hiccup, I'm sorry. So rhetoric, you're boasting about this being your time. Do it. Oof, that is actually not that great of a roll there. In fact, yeah, that was one away from being one away. That was two away. Alright, here we go. This is an illegal tribunal, says our rhetoric. Krenel would never sanction this. Who's the commanding officer? Take your pick. You only have time for one argument. Choose wisely, says our reaction speed. Okay, so I choose wisely among 4. Or 3 arguments, because the other one is just to gulp and say nothing. Just a question, who's in charge? Oh, that's a rhetorical question, I don't like it. Krenel does not give you the right to conduct a tribunal. That doesn't sound like a very good argument, honestly. In the sense that they don't give a shit. You were called Downwell once. What happened? And just a question, who's in charge of your unit after the death of your colonel? That's gonna get them arguing. I think that I think I might not get to benefit from that anymore. Although, I might get to benefit from there because they're already arguing, if you know what I mean. Like, this argument, or this, not argument, I guess, this question, coming on the heels of me having gotten them arguing might actually have a result. But I don't know what the game is thinking. I can only know what I'm thinking and what my character is thinking. So I'm gonna go with this one. You were called Downwell once. What happened? What always happens when you get good at your job? That name meant night raids, fucking extrajudicial funky time, burned villages, shit that sounds bad on the radio. The same thing happened when we were called whatever the fuck it was. Probably won't be called Krenel for much longer either. He looks around. Not after this shit. Okay, it's not much, but he's thinking about something else, and his hand is off the gun. This is something, or this did something. I can say out loud, why did I not find my lost gun and just stand there? This is a thing for me to actually shoot him if I want to. By the way, the Wild Pines rep doesn't approve of this. You think I care what that company cunt thinks? He laughs. It's a hollow laughter. And I can say we're working together, which I don't think is a good idea. Let's say what this one is. Maybe like, because he doesn't care what she thinks because she's a woman, but he might think what the might care about what Wild Pines thinks because they're rich and powerful. Let's go with that. Wild Pines is not going to forgive you massacring a bunch of innocent people. The man stares at you with bloodshot eyes, a bull ready to charge. He's not listening, but looking for an opening. Now is not a good time to strike. He's looking right at your hands. Do something else, get him distracted. Okay, let's change the topic. Fucking waste this fuck, the woman squawks. Where's Klaja? She can explain this. Who the fuck is that? Klaja, the woman upstairs? Where is she? Asks Kim. She left, the cafeteria manager calls down from the balcony. Unarmed, hunched, but keeping it together. What do you mean she left? She left. Her room's cleaned out, right before these assholes showed up. We should have arrested her, the lieutenant whispers, his eyes still on the armed mercenaries. You can feel how upset he is with himself, says our empathy, just for a second, and then the fear takes over and he's back in the moment. Hey, Bushman, says Courtenayer. The veins on the man's neck expand as he yells, Your little cunt isn't gonna help you out of this one. Well, let's get our talk about the hanged man thing, because I either get shot or I do that, so this is all or nothing. And we're gonna need a suggestion thingy. So let's go ahead and do that. %. You piece of... Well, if there's a save scumming point, it's that one. Suggestion says, of course, nothing bad will happen. Talk about his dead friend. He seems stable enough to take it. He doesn't seem stable at all. Even better, it will further destabilize him, costing time and maybe even lives. I'm gonna say, I feel like I got to know your dead friend during our investigation. You don't fucking talk to me about my brother Loincloth. He squeezes the words out from between clamped lips, his hands on the pistol. Okay, yes, says our suggestion. Immediate failure. Things are worse now. He's observing your every motion carefully. Yes, but that doesn't really matter because I don't have a gun. Why did I not find my lost gun? I say out loud. And Courtenayor says, what's that, Loincloth? I can't hear you. Sounds like you got your mouth full of dick. Rude. Shit, says our rhetoric. This is it. Tell him anything. Tell you have more information. Yes, rhetoric. Thank you for that. Did I get another point just now? I think I did. Nice. So, kill me and you'll never find out who killed your brother. I've been withholding information. Well, yeah, that's true. Go ahead, go ahead and kill me then. I want to die. Which is not fitting of my character, although it would be an interesting solution for some characters here. Or that you can make. Let's go with the 1 first, because it's the correct one as well. Kill me and you'll never find out who killed your brother. Rude. The man looks to his right. Kill him. Oh. The porcelain man raises his rifle and takes aim at you. His hands are steady, and the long barrel of the rifle sways slowly. Kim? Where's Kim? From the corner of your eye, you can see the lieutenant raise his pistol and aim it at Rude. He's trying to find a straight line of sight before the rifleman can take you out. It's not easy. He has 0.6 seconds to do so. You won't make it. You're on your own. Well, it's a reaction speed thing. Get me over the hump. Let's dodge the shot. Oh. Health critical. Yes, I realize that. Does that not matter? I thought I was gonna die. The shot I think I am. The shot rings and you stumble. Something violently tugs at your shoulder, pushing you backwards with incredible force. A volcano of burning pain erupts from your left shoulder. The lieutenant aims, face pale. Without tremble, he quietly utters, God, please. He's aiming for the eye slot in Rude's helmet. An extremely difficult shot. He has to, says our empathy. The rifleman will fire at you again. Then 2 shots ring at once, and you hear a scream. But you're... Oh, no, he got shot. Did he got shot again? I don't know. The reason why it wasn't showing up the continue was because I was dying. But I don't know if I am dying still. The rifleman will fire at you. So then 2 shots ring at once, and you hear a scream. But you're not... You're too hurt to see who got hit. Who screamed? Glenn, dying in a puddle of blood behind you. His mangled torso has 2 gunshot wounds. Blood gushes out of them like red geysers. What? Our inland empire says, oh God, watch out! You see 2 cold eyes looking at you through all the smoke and panic, and a pistol raised, aiming at your chest, point blank. Then the man squeezes the trigger. I can evade the shot. That's even worse. It shouldn't be 3%, it should be 7%, because the threshold is higher now. But I'm gonna look him in the eye. A look of happiness. His eyes seem unnaturally bright, shining like stars. Also, that guy died, the jerk. Good riddance. Something in the fear must distort him somehow. He's evil. And the end. Here it comes. Death, says our half-light. We don't have better choice over here. Come on, the game has screwed me so much. I'm gonna evade the shot, and I fail. I fail, and I have to reload. Fair enough. I'm safe scumming all the bits. Maybe. You can't evade the shot. There's no time. Something inside your pelvis explodes. Your entire lower body is on fire, and your legs can't support you. You fall down like a rag doll. The pain is too immense to scream. It pushes the air out of your lungs. Everything goes dark, a distant blur as you recede into it. What do I see? Nothing. A persisting darkness. Dancing lights of pain, distant shadows cast by them, like a hellish play. Out of it, a silhouette appears, crouching over you. You hear a familiar voice filled with urgency and fear. You're bleeding out. That first line is great for my character. I was trying to see if there was a white shadow that smelled like apricot. But I think this is just what's going on. Let's go with this one. No one wants to do anything with me. No one wants to party with me. Stay with me, says Kim. You feel burning hot tears streaming from your eyes. So this is really cool. So by letting me choose at the moment of death what I say, and giving me a reaction, I think they make this moment very impactful, even though it is a situation, like, it's clearly a situation that I'm just gonna reload, but it is super impactful because I got to choose what I wanted. And, like, even the process of reading the options is impactful. I'm gonna say the first one, obviously, because this one would work, but we need to work. Everyone needs to include myself as well for it to be within the character. This is a stupid world. Yes, keep talking. The lieutenant pushes down on your wound hard. You hear me? Stay awake. By the way, this is made up stuff from movies. The fact that people can actually prevent death by... Well, the keeping talking is an important thing. I don't believe it's in this context, but in some contexts it is important because consciousness is important for certain traumas. I'm not a first aid responder. I don't know this sort of stuff, but I do know that the whole trope of people in movies being like, I'm not gonna die because I'm too strong, and I'm just like gonna stay on a little while longer. No, that's not what happens. You die when you have to die. That's just how it is. You have absolutely zero control over it, unless you're one of those people that can somehow stop their hearts, in which case you can die a little bit faster. But yeah, yeah. In fact, staying awake and doing effort is probably a faster way to die in many situations, because you're gonna bleed out faster, you're gonna exhaust yourself. It's a bunch of other things going on. If you're bleeding out, you're gonna, yeah, that's try to stop the bleeding out, and also stay calm, because I think that actually gives you a little bit of a I don't know. I'm fortunate enough to never have been in a situation where I was bleeding out or bleeding any profusely either. But I imagine if I ever find myself in that situation, knowing that I can't do anything to stop, or rather, I can't do anything to, you know, in myself to stop me from bleeding out, gives me control over. I think would give me serenity or calmness. I know myself in situations like that to know more or less that I am relatively calm. I tend not to panic too hard on, at least when it comes to choice paralysis, which is the real situation. So if I, like, lost a leg or something like that, I would have the calmness to process the situation and be like, I need a tourniquet right now, and worry about not bleeding out. Because if people think, I'm just gonna be strong, and then they start thinking too hard on the being strong bit and not thinking about the stuff that they actually need to be doing when they lose a leg or something, which is the tourniquet. Please tourniquet your leg immediately, or your anything. Tourniquets are very important. You need to know how to make them as well. Yeah, those are actually pretty important. It's probably I would say the most important thing, depending on where you live, I suppose, or where you work and stuff like that. Tourniquets are super important in a lot of situations. Anyway, Kim is we're dying and I'm rambling. Yay! That's how it works. It always is. Stay awake, says Kim, but you can't. It's so hard. Your eyelids grow heavy and the sounds ever more distant, and a cold comes over you. Kim, too, is somewhere far away, almost gone, and suddenly you sense something behind him. A shadow towering. Someone stands there, raising his pistol at him. The lieutenant does not see it. He's pushing down on your wound with both hands, which is what you should be doing. Scream immediately. He's gonna die. I am gonna scream. Actually, I'm not. Look at that. It doesn't have a quotation mark. I wonder if... Is that where... Are we supposed to notice that? Because I think we should. And say no, Kim. Or scream. Oh, you actually do scream! Behind you! From your bloody lips, your eyes are full of fear. There's no room for hesitation. The lieutenant turns around and fires, his body falling on yours in the course of the motion. You hear a roar of pain, a death scream. The sound disappears, like someone pressed stop on the tape. The hulking figure too is gone, and so is Kim and the whole world. This is death.
This is death. One more door, baby. One more door.
No, let me back into the fight.
The fight? There is no fight. The fight is over. It was lost 1,000 years ago. You have laid here forever. Keep falling deeper. Take the door. He's not taking it. His body is not taking it. Oh God, no. He's not disintegrating. He's swelling up instead. Over the hours, hurting, moaning in his sleep, and rotting, and being disinfected, and smelling of drugs, and feeling saliva in his mouth, drifting in painkillers, thrashing in his bone sleep.
He can't go, says our volition. Not before the case is solved. There is a radio in the distance, a radio of the world, playing sounds. Good morning, Elysium. Soon you will return to the world.
Hours turn to days. Soon we will get up again and go through it again. Finally, we know what the infernal engine was outside. The clarion call. It was him. He is the infernal engine. He never stops. He only gets worse.
I don't know what just happened. You see Kim's familiar shape in the orange jacket. It turns double and then triple from the pain. Kim. Sunrise Parabellum, the lieutenant says. He's in the middle of a freshly cleaned room, with a fan above his head like a halo. His face is covered in bruises. Sunrise... No, it's not Sunrise Parabellum. It's Sunrise. And then Coma Parabellum. What happened? What happened? We tried to take the diplomatic route and hoped they wouldn't attack first. They did. The Major gave the command. What happened then? As a retaliation, their rifleman shot you. He did. With his carabine. I was looking for a clear line of sight, and when I found it, he sounds a tiny bit sorry he did not find it before you got hit. That was fine. It wasn't really needed for anything, really. I shot and wounded him. While Glenn took a bullet in the spine, it was meant for me. He did not survive. There's a pause. Okay, at least the bullet was meant for Kim, which is a good thing, because if it were meant for Glenn, I would be like, why? What? But it could have been that. There's a lot of people being shot at, or being shot by bullets that are meant for somebody else. I think it's because the commander was drunk, or potentially because of that. This is not the first person to die in his place, says our empathy. He goes on. Titus, Fat Angus, and Theo charged. Angus and Theo died before they... Oh, dang it. Everybody dies. Angus and Theo died before they made it to intensive care. Titus died in the hospital yesterday. Elaine and the young musician, I forget his name, they're all that's left. Titus is dead? Yes. You were bleeding out. I think you said no one wants to party with you. Oh, but yeah, I had thought about that as the game became more and more apparent. As it became more and more apparent that this wasn't a game over situation. What I said about it being a game over situation and still being impactful sort of lost a little bit of its meaning, but that's not 100% true because you don't know that it isn't a game over. You think it is, and it still has the impact. It just changes after the fact. And you warned me, says Kim. I was able to disarm the Major before he got the jump on me. Thanks to you, although, says our esprit de corps, I was not able to kill him, as I should have. Crenel took him. The lieutenant takes a cigarette from his coat pockets and lights it. A bitter smell fills the room. A stray bullet killed the ball, though, and that's what happened. Huh. Well, we're out of time for the day, so, also, do you see that chair over there? Yeah. So yeah, that's going to be that for right now. I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Disco Elysium. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.